little bit of the story. So, as you guys know, we took off on that Monday. Yes, it is pre-filmed because I don't want anyone to know when we're traveling kind of thing. And so we took off. Anthony had training at work, almost said at school. So obviously he couldn't go, and Connor never wants to leave the house, let alone take a really long trip. So Lex went. Joni had never seen the ocean, so why not go? So picked her up. She took a little bit of time because she had no forewarning. She had like 5 minutes. And so quickly that she didn't have any, she had to do laundry. So begin laundry. Okay, so she had nothing, and so she went in the clothes she had on, and then we ended up just going to a Walmart. It was on the cutest road, Goldfish Farms. Anyway, just hilarious. So we drove straight from my house to Albany and stayed the night. That's gross. Lex found a motel that had 3 queen beds in it. It was supposed to be non-smoking. We were in smoking. It definitely reeked, but it was what it was, and we each had a bed. Because the next night, we did not. I booked the next night. We ended up staying on this, like, I'm not sure what they call it. I call it this little island that's still attached to the world. No, I'll wait to do this. Anyway, so, we took off early. I messaged Jerry when we got into some of this water out. Newport, and he hadn't checked it by the time we showed up. I unfortunately got a call I had to take, so Lex had to pee. She went in, she messaged Xander, or called Xander and said, "What, you're not gonna let me in?" And he was like, "No, you're lying." Well, actually, these children and they're talking. He went no cab. And so he answered the door for her. Jerry asked who. He said, "Oh, hi." Shouldn't act like he was rude. It's weird I can't pull that up. It's stuck. There we go. So I finished up with the call. Joni and I, of course, you know, had to pee. And so we went in. We actually ended up going back together. They were pissed. I don't care what they had to say. You could see the look on their face. They were not happy. Oh, that, and actually later something was said and Shona denied it. But Jerry had already told me. And so I just left alone. But, you would think they would be happy to see their granddaughter and daughter. No. And realistically, I've shown up at my grandma's house unannounced. True family doesn't care as long as you show up. And so, it was short end. I talked to him in front of Xander and just explained the situation, because the situation was every time I had talked, and I've gotten a little more context about it, the relationship between Xander and I was not being fostered, was actually doing quite the opposite. And so when he talked to me, he was rude. Why is it when you're doing dishes, your face itches? And so that was part of why he was being picked up, because at the end of the day, I'm his parent. Anthony is his parent. I said it like Anthony wasn't. And so that, and he's going back to school. There's just little bits of information that I am not divulging, but it wasn't a place he needed to be anymore. Not that I'm saying that they're not going to go back and see, and we're not going to go back. We will go back. They are welcome to come out. If the kids want to go out for a few days, they're more than welcome to go out. It just will not be long term. I knew there was a bowl in here somewhere. Okay. Alright. Silverware's done. Now it's the fry pans. Anyway, so it was nothing serious. No one physically was being hurt. There just was some stuff that, honestly, they need to work on some stuff, and we don't need to be part of that. That is his family, like wife family, because we are still family. They both can deny us all they want. It's never gonna happen. We got the blood. So they're stuck with us. Okay, had to stack all that up. Anyway, and so we ended up going up to Tillamook, which I'm not mad at them for, but the longer we drove, the more pissed off I got, only because I didn't realize how far it was, and that is on me. It was nice. I got a bunch of jerky, spent way too much money, blah blah blah, you know the story. We went to the, what's the other one? The smoked meats factory, which wasn't a thing the last time I went up there. And then we went to the creamery, which is so weird that like almost no one's there. That is gross, and it really looks like it's moldy. He shot up in my face. Anyway, Joni and I were not really talked to even. That's how you know that they're mad. Sorry, there was only one person who didn't talk to us. Lex really wasn't spoke to very much from the same person, and actually had an interaction that was disrespectful to her. So it was just little things, little history repeating themselves things. Trying to see if that was all clean. There were red flags beforehand. I guess I should preface it. That is part of why. So before they left, they were told that once a week, Friday or Saturday, we need to sit down and have a meeting with his schoolwork and his behaviors. And we let it go for 2 weeks. Nothing happened. That was part of the deal of him going back up until school adjourned. I'm just gonna make up words. Reconvened. And so that one couldn't even be done. So at that point, between that and his behaviors, we were done. And I'm not saying, no, we're gonna pretend like those weren't rinsed. Then I would feel really stupid for just throwing soap on those. No, I don't think I did. Anyway, and I'm not saying all was said. There are things that can be proven because they were put in writing where his and I relationship was talked about in a positive light, and then unfortunately I have heard about how there were times where there wasn't. There were lies about hundreds of pages of homework to be done, which he doesn't. He is behind, not like that. And actually, when I did his IEP, if you guys watched it, we sat down. This is such and such as needed to. This is what we need out of you for you to pass. So, and it, trust me, was not hundreds. That is why the IEP is quite helpful and beneficial to him. But it was said, oh, if you go back, you will have to do this. And it was said, you need to be making these decisions, no one else, which he is still a minor. That is a no-go. And so, hold on. Okay. Tesla. What?
You walked in, then instantly you walked out.
Yeah, there was nothing. Go play. Look in the white box underneath your bed, the one more towards the wall, because the one has my stuff in it and the other one has some of your stuff in it. Yeah, towards the head of your bed. Anyway, I don't even remember. Anyway, we went to Tillamook, we drove back, had dinner at the house. And then Jerry was like, I laughed because I was giving him crap. He's like, when you drop them off, we should come back and talk. And I was like, when? And I was thinking, yeah, tonight is what he wanted. And he was like, next week. And I was like, nah, I don't think I want to do that one. I was like, too soon. And trust me, if I had the money, I would go out every weekend. Anyway, so, so I was like, and I don't like the way people operate. So I went out loud because this is going on over text. I was like, what do you want to talk to me about? Because I'm not changing my mind about Xander. And he goes, I didn't think you would. And I just want to talk. And it was nothing major. It was a nice conversation. It was the same conversation I had last time. It was the same conversation when I went out the time before that, kind of. I mean, and I want him to be able to, you know, express what he needs to express. But stop apologizing for need another drying mat. Stop apologizing for my bad childhood. Didn't have one. my childhood, though it had bumps, some of those bumps were caused by my ignorant ass who thought she knew everything. So I don't fault him for it, and I have talked about it in the past about the fact that, you know, my brother passed away. He has no hand in that. I will never blame him for that. It unfortunately was a tragic accident that he had no control over. I don't blame him. That one's on the military for leaving incorrect doors open. Gates to the water. I can speak. He didn't walk over and do that. Ow. Well, that was a butter knife. Butter knives are mean. So that is not clean. No, now it is. But he just keeps apologizing, and he did it right before I left again. So we sat down Wednesday morning, and we talked, and it was a nice talk. I like sitting down talking with him, but we talked. He made me coffee. I was there about 7:30. I left about 10:30, because I remember making the comment about I have an hour to check out of the motel. And so, why does that look like the tire's flat? I'll have to check. Hey Tesla. So, we sat around, talked, had a good conversation, laughed. Xander was packing at that point, blah, blah, blah. Okay. It's like a million things going on right now. So, oh my god, it has been ungodly busy today. Anyway, so we had a nice conversation. I left to go take the girls, because I had Joni's shoes in the car, to the beach that was like spitting distance from the hotel. And excuse me. And so there was like an hour left. We packed up the room, got ready, put everything in the car, walked down to the beach, and it was one of the most rocky beaches. Like the other one where it was from our rental, it wasn't that rocky. There was very few rocks. So it was definitely way different. A lot of trees and stuff washed up. But it was still pretty. And so we walked along that. She wanted to collect some stuff. And then we went over to get Xander. And we went to go leave. Packed everything up. Blah, blah, blah. And then Xander got in the car. Everybody but me got in the car. And Jerry and I were like standing there talking. And before we said our goodbyes and we took off. And there was just a comment that was made that later on made a little more sense. It was just trying to cover themselves on something. No big deal. It was just trying to cover their lies. This person's. So, he again apologized, and I said, look, Jerry, if you're going to apologize every time I say to you, I will not come around. I don't need you to apologize. I'm not that type of a person. And I reiterated it, I think yesterday. I don't know, all days blend in together. Because I don't need him to apologize. My childhood wasn't that bad. He wasn't the person causing anything that did happen that was bad. And so And I told him, I said, you weren't a shitty father until I was an adult. You worked. I understood that. That's where I got my work ethic from, which is a good thing. And that's why I hold my husband and my kids, well, my kid at this point, to that. Like, if you're going to have a job, you're not going to, oh, I don't feel good, I don't have to go in. No, you're going in. And so, it is what it is. My parents didn't raise no dummy. So, I had some good stuff, and I told him, you know, don't let someone else who wasn't there feed you scenarios that are not true. And he goes, well, that's part of my therapy, and good for him for getting therapy. He's needed it for quite some time because, you know, with my brother dying, him and my mother should have had counseling 1.5 million years ago. But, I'm happy, and I was like, if something can be implanted into your memory, then of course you're going to keep going. And, you know, I made the comment about, he made the comment about she wants to retire or something. And I was like, well, if you keep getting issues added, she's going to use you for retirement or work herself out of a job. And I made the retirement because he's going to end up paying for it. Well, inevitably, I think VA, but still. And I laughed because it's funny because that's what a lot of people say, you know, with people who have issues. I'm going to get a retirement plan out of this one. You're going to work me into one. And I just reiterated, what you believe is true is clouded. And so there have been comments made by others about my bad childhood, and that is not true. And I think that's where this is coming from. And I said, you don't have to apologize to me anymore. If I ask for one, then give me one. But I'm not going to ask for one. You screwed up. We all screwed up. We're human. It is okay. So, we'll see how it goes from here on out. He said, he messaged me yesterday. I don't know. All the days run in together at this point. Anyway, changing the subjects later. He goes, do you want me to still come out next month? And I said, you're welcome to come out. I was like, it's not going to bother me for you to come out for a little while. So, the plan is they're going to come out next month. Actually, the girls have something else to do. And then he's going to come here. Which I'm sure the kids will love having him around. It is nap time at my house. All 6 of them are... Oh no, Baggy's awake. Pooh Bear's laying next to me asleep. Now I'm just waiting for Lex to get off and then I have to cook dinner. Xander wanted chicken Alfredo. And he wanted to help and now he doesn't. And... Oh, I don't know that I have Parmesan. Might have to be figuring something else out. I bought Life cereal because it sounded awesome. I have 3 boxes of it. And then crispy rice. Sandra's like, you gonna make Rice Krispie treats? I might. We'll see. But everything's been going good. Same kid as before, just a little less mouthy. We are really locking down on him. And we're gonna, you know, lock down on the others. And he doesn't get that each kid is different. I can't, you know, each punishment has to be tailored to the child. But we're trying to find a good balance of that. So, anyway, so that's the story. Yes, there's some stuff left out because there are little bits of stuff that just doesn't need to be said. Oh my god. Yeah, there are some. Like, you know. No, I'm not even gonna say it. That's something else. It's just typical person trying to cause drama. Anyways, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Love you.